Hello, hello, hello. Magpapatugtog dapat ako ng music. Saan lumabas? All I want for Christmas is you. Hello, everybody. This is Coach Edwin. And you are on our webinar for tonight. It's entitled Mend Your Broken Heart in Time for Christmas. And it's a pleasure to be here. I'm happy that you're all coming in. I'm sure there'll be more. Oh, wow. There are a lot of participants in already. So let me tone down my I see 23 participants are online. Hello, everybody. Let me just make a shout out to as many people as I can. Cheng, Aura, Atom, Enrique, Louie, Naomi, Miguel, Kyla, Grizel, Anthony, Andre, Jana, Badet, Amado, Yvette, Jam, Mids, Chris, Amy, Apple, Weng, Peter, Claire, and anybody else who's coming in. Thank you for dropping in for this webinar. You are in this webinar, Mend Your Broken Heart in Time for Christmas. And it's a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you so much for making time. And I know that many of you have allotted this time for the webinar, and I'd love to make the most out of your time. Good or good? Okay. I'll be shifting now to our PowerPoint presentation. So I'll see you on the camera later on in certain portions of the webinar. But in the meantime, let me share my screen. Before I go to the screen, can I ask everybody to just go to the chat box? Where I see it, it's on my right. I go to the chat box, and can you just type in where you are? Go ahead and just type in where you are, which place you're in. Okay, can you do that? There you go. I'm seeing Claire at MOA. Quickly, quickly, everybody. Where are you guys at? Anthony is in Manila. Apple in Makati. Go ahead. Who else? Let me see if I can improve a bit. Is that a bit better? Jana in General Trias. Badet in Manila. Naomi in Parañaque. Okay, we'll be using this feature later on along the way. Roy V and Angeles. So thank you so much for joining in. We'll shift to our PowerPoint presentation now, okay? Kyla. Okay, okay. So I'm starting my screen share. So welcome everybody. This is This is Mend Your Broken Heart in Time for Christmas, okay? And we're going to make this an exciting webinar. Okay, what you can expect from this webinar, what you will get first, if any of you are in your heartbreak recovery, you will be able to identify which stage you're in. Another thing you'll get is you'll be able to identify the action steps that you want to take to move you forward. That should be good. I'm excited for all of you. A few things before you start. Housekeeping, take notes. Okay, everybody grab a pen and paper quickly. You'll benefit more when you take notes. Okay, so grab a pen and paper. Better if it's a pen and paper. If just in case you don't have some of that in your area, grab your phone, open a message, start taking notes, okay? Next, ask questions. Okay, every so often I will be shifting to my chat box, checking out what's in there, and maybe I'll be able to do that later. Maybe we can do that now. Let's see how this goes. There you are. Okay, I see your chat box, everybody. Is this view okay? Okay, I hope this is good for you guys. Oh, no. Okay, anyway. What else? Take notes, ask questions. And we'll have a Q&A section later on. I have a friend, a good friend of mine, Alan. He's helping me out manage the questions. So just type away. Anytime you have a question, go ahead and type away. And towards the end of this webinar, I have something to offer. And it's a choice that you can make. It's your choice to miss the offer or to get the offer. Okay? More. Your participation bonus. I will make sure to do. I'll do my best to make the most of your time, and as a way to say thank you for your participation, you'll be able to get a downloadable version of a book worth 250 pesos. It's a book that contains powerful life coaching exercises. I'm sure many of you have heard of this book. Okay, and you'll also get the chance to join You Can Be Happy Again, an interactive live seminar that's happening on December 10th, Saturday in Makati. That's a whole day seminar, and I'll tell you more about how you can join that. Okay, very exciting. And is that good or good? Guys, is that good or good? Let me see you chat. Oh, have I been sharing? Maybe not. Ha ha ha. Okay, there. This should be, you should be seeing this now. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you're seeing my presentation. Okay, are you seeing my presentation now? Okay, there you go. Thank you. Okay, what you missed, I was showing you this. And this, what you get. And I showed you the housekeeping. Okay. I hope you have your pen and paper now. And what you get when you participate, this will be offered to you, or this will be given to you at the end of the webinar, around 9:30. And we'll go into Q&A around 20 minutes from now, just so that we have enough time for you to ask your questions. Okay, I hope that's good. Is that good or good, everybody? I don't see your chat now, but yeah, that should work. I'll check it out later. Just to make sure that you're in the right place, I want to check if you were or are going through some of this that I'll be showing you. And if not, maybe a friend of yours is. Are you the type of person right now who lacks sleep or has excessive sleep? Maybe you have no appetite. Is this you? Am I speaking to you? Sometimes bursting out in tears. I've met many people na isang salita pa lang, they're ready to burst out in tears. Or are you into excessive drinking, eating, or partying? Is this you I'm speaking to? Are you in the habit of questioning past events, why those events happened, and why they happened to you? Are you avoiding specific places or specific people? Specific people, are you avoiding any of them? Do you have a change in relationship status? if any of these are you, or if you're confused about why you're here, or what, I'm guessing you probably know the answer why you're here, okay? Just a short caveat. This is designed for people who are going through a breakup, and the treatment is different if you are married, okay? Friends, if any of you are married, here is what I advise, strongly advise to everybody who's married. Do everything you can, do everything you know to make things work with you and your spouse. One exception, physical abuse or psychological abuse. If this is your situation, get out. Get out of that relationship quickly. Otherwise, if you're married, do everything you can and know to make things work. And maybe joining this webinar will help, is part of everything. Okay. Later on, I'll tell you what I did in my own experience. Okay, because my friends, if this is your situation, we are family. You're in good company. I'm the person who has gone through so many breakups, and I've learned so much from my breakups, which I'd love to share how I overcame my breakups. Are you ready, guys? So, quick question. Okay, answer quickly. How many breakups have you had? Answer quickly. Just very quickly, please. Thank you for your participation. Claire, 2, 1, Jana, 0, Anthony, 2, Giselle, 1. Thank you everybody for pitching in. Okay, Kyla, 1, Badet, 3. Thank you so much. I love the interaction. Amado, 4. Thank you guys. I'm going back to my slides, and what I wanted to share with you are my credentials. These are my credentials, ladies and gentlemen. Once upon a time at age what? 15, 14, 15. Yeah, I broke up with Chet. She was a lovely lady. She was 2 years younger. And yes, I was an asshole, ladies and gentlemen. I also broke up with Saul. We were together for what? 6 months or so. Yes, I was an asshole. I admit it. Iking was a college sweetheart. First year college, so I was around 16, 17 years old. And yes, I was an asshole. I could testify to that. And Mishi and I were in a relationship for 13 years. She was my college sweetheart. Some of you might know her. Most of you don't, but you've heard about her. And yeah, I loved her to bits. I love her to bits. I can tell you that. And we were married. We were married in 2003. And 2 years later, she said she wanted to leave me. So yeah. Was I an asshole? I thought I was a good guy. Or so I thought. Maybe she had a different opinion of that. And later on, I'll tell you more about that. But in essence, I did everything that I could to make things work. And yet, it didn't turn out well. Shit happens, yes. Later on, when I was recovering, I did have another relationship. Lulu, we call her Lulu. And yes, we all have our own fuck-ups. We have our own, how do we say it? We have our own neuroses. What's another word for that? All of us have our weird side. I do, and Lulu does also. all of us have our problems in life. And what have I learned, or what happened after all these breakups? Oh, I need to get to my content. To Chet, I apologized after having a dream. I dreamt about her. That was what, 3 months after I broke up like an asshole with her. I didn't even tell her I was breaking up. Oh, what an asshole. And my dreams caught up with me, and I apologized to her right after that. So I apologized after 25 years. Can you believe it? That was just a few months ago in September. And yes, very sincerely, I apologized to Saul, and she forgave me. Thank you. Iking, yes, we became friends. Yeah, we saw each other a couple of times when we were working, and yeah, she's a writer, and I'm very supportive of each other, although just online. Hello, Iking. Mishi, yes, I did apologize by email, and in fact, I introduced her to my wife, Reza. It was a funny story. I'm not sure if I have time to tell that story here. Anyway, Lulu, yeah, that's one of the stories. Yeah, being very vulnerable here. We never spoke again. She didn't want to speak to me again. And yeah, I sent her my, maybe I'll tell you more about that later. That's part of my credentials. And you know what? All of this, 2 years of being depressed, having a broken marriage, and then later on having a breakup after my broken marriage, I thought I could handle it well. It was a serious breakup. Even my breakup with Lulu, even after I had my major marriage breakup, it was terrible. It was terrible. So what did I do to get help? I approached friends, family, godparents. This is my everything. What I'm about to share with you is everything that I felt I could do to make better with my relationship. Considering that I was into drinking and smoking and partying and porn and sex, and yeah. My pamangkin is here, so he'll be better than me. I went into books, reading books. I read books by Brother Bo Sanchez. Finding Your One True Love. I read books by, I forgot his name, Harris, Justin Harris or something. Yeah, books. I went into journaling. I went into writing. In fact, I had an anonymous blog. This was my way of expression. You'll see more later. And I went to counseling. I was meeting a counselor in the Center for Family Ministries in Ateneo for more than a year, I believe. Probably 1.5 years. We met probably 10 times, and that was good. That was very good for me. I did everything I knew then to make it work. That's what I can say. So no regrets, no regrets. And this was the major breakthrough for me, because for a long time I was doing things on my own, reading books, journaling, just trying to do things on my own. Yes, friends were there. Yes, family were there. But there was a limit to that. I needed a breakthrough, and the breakthrough I got through a seminar which I took in 2007. And when I took that seminar, all within that seminar, I took action and I created breakthrough. In fact, by Saturday evening of that seminar, I was able to send a message to my wife at that time. And by Sunday morning, breakthrough, because for 6 months we hadn't contacted each other. And at the end of that seminar, we were in touch by email. Breakthrough. I also attended the feast, and here's what I wanted to share with you. In one of my breakups, in my breakup with Lulu, I was wasak. I didn't expect it. because I got depressed after my marriage broke down. And when I had another relationship, I thought I could just breeze through any other breakup. Wrong! I was just totally devastated. And the incredible thing that I'll share with you later on, I call it my Jason Bourne experience. The incredible thing is that within 20 minutes, yes, you heard it right. Within 20 minutes, I went from wasak, or totally devastated, to totally awesome. I call it wowsome because I was just really blown away by that experience. And it can be done. Everybody say, it can be done. Yes, it can be done. So I'd like to invite you guys to help me define for you, or to help you define for yourself, what you would imagine would be wowsome for you. So you might be in a situation right now. Some of you are okay, yes, and it's okay to be not okay. Okay, so let me go to my camera. Okay, I'll stop sharing for now. So my question for you, I don't know what your situation is now, and you're in a seminar that's called Mend Your Broken Heart in Time for Christmas. That must mean something, right? So you're going through something. Maybe you look normal. I looked normal when I was going through my breakup. I looked normal. I tried to act as normal as could be. The thing is I was crumpled. Am I going to do this again? I was crumpled inside. This was my wasak. So now what I want you to do is, how do you define your wowsome? Grab a piece of paper, and I want you to identify what wowsome is for you. What would tell you that you're better now? So, for example, by Christmas, what would you want to be able to do? How would you want to feel about yourself by Christmas? Let's call that wowsome. This is your target feeling, your target state, your target mindset. What do you want? What is it that you want to be by Christmas? I'll give you a few minutes, okay? I want you to write this down. Please write this down. I want this written down. Okay? What is it for you? I'll give you 1 minute. I'll wait. I want you to write this down. Keep writing, guys. Keep writing. Go, right? How do you want to feel? Do that. Okay. And while others are wrapping up, can I invite some of you to start writing? Go ahead, chat it up. What is it that you want to do, be, feel by Christmas? For example, while you're writing there, I want to be able to say hello to my other friends who are also his friends. Is that something that you'd want to be able to do? For instance, in my case, I wanted to be able to finally give gifts to many of my loved ones, to her loved ones. Yes, that's true. I wanted to do that because that was part of my closure, or part of also part of me expressing how I truly feel. Energized, confident, to be carefree. Yeah, sometimes we're self-conscious. What is it that you'd want to be? So I hope everybody has done some of this, because I'd want you to have a vision of yourself Christmas after your heartbreak. Okay? We're moving on. Be wowsome. Oops, let me share. Screen share. Okay, next. Now what we're doing is we are healing other people. And this is what some of the things that we've done since 2008, which is when I started life coaching. We've helped hundreds of life coaching clients move forward in their life. We've sold thousands of books. We have 2 versions of the same book, Be Happy and Hungry. That was my independent publication. And now it is released as You Can Be Happy Again. And what else? We've spoken to thousands of attendees at talks and seminars. And what we just really want to do is to help more people be better, be more. And that's really the objective. And this webinar is exactly that. And we just want to help you. So a few stories of clients. For example, I met a lady. She had been in a 6-7 year relationship. In fact, her boyfriend was a co-worker in a government agency. And the boyfriend she went on travel for 1 year. And when she came back, they were good, because she was always devoted to him. The thing is, a few years later, when it was his turn to travel, he hooked up with somebody else. When he came back, they weren't together anymore. I met her for 1 session, just 1 session. And within that session, she had breakthroughs. She was able to discover that, hey, pwede pala. It can be done. That she changed her mindset. She changed her feeling about everything. There was another client, and she had an office heartbreak. What does this mean? She felt that the office that she transferred to, the company that she transferred to, she felt that she wasn't being valued there. And just like Miss K was able to, just within the first session, and that was just the start, just in this first session, she came off the session just smiling and laughing. Yes, she was doing that because it was a weird feeling for her to not feel the negativity of her office. And in fact, what happened was, when she got back to the office, she was improving relationships in her office, improved relationship with her boss, improved relationship with her new workmates. And that's all possible. That's all possible. They did this through life coaching. Finally, A. Oh my golly, A. She is phenomenal. I met her last year. She contacted me around December last year, and she just really was broken because she wasn't in a relationship at that time. I think it had been 2 or 3 years since her last relationship, and her relationship with her family, yes, her family was just really difficult. She was stressed out with her family in Canada and her family here in the Philippines, and they just weren't meeting eye to eye. And she went through life coaching, and it's amazing because around 8 months later, we find out as coaches, we find out that she's in a loving relationship already. And she just needed to let go. When she was undergoing coaching, she just needed to let go of some of the past hurts, understand her relationships better, her relationship with her father and her mother. And that just opened her up to more possibilities, to new possibilities in relationships. Oh my golly, am I sharing? Sorry about that. And what? Yeah. Do you see my, hi.
Hello.
You're lucky you saw my wife and our panganay. I'm sharing now. His jumper. Hello. Okay. And after 8 months, she was in a loving relationship, and guess what? She's about to get married. Yes, she's around 40 plus years old, and she's just ready, and her fiancé is ready to get married. All this happened all within what, a span of 10 months since she had life coaching. These are just some of the stories, and it's just amazing. And we're sharing some of what we know, how we've helped our clients. We're just sharing this with you. So we're going into stages of breakup recovery. Everybody good? Is everybody good so far? Thanks for sharing, guys. Okay, stages of breakup recovery. First is shock or denial. I don't know if any of you are still here. If you feel as if nagulat pa kayo, this is when people ask, what happened? I can't believe this. No, this isn't happening. That's denial. And if you are in denial, guys, this is what I need to give you. If you're still in denial that this thing is happening to you, you need a big whack on the head, guys. Okay? If you're still in denial and you're in this seminar, webinar, okay, maybe you're doing it for your friend, but hey, there's something to learn here. Be honest with yourself. If you need something like this, do it. Okay? Next, pain and guilt. This is where people ask, is it me? What did I do? And this is where this is the onset of the pain, when you start thinking about the things that you did not do, or the things that you've done to cause this breakup, or maybe the things that you did not do. This is where it sets in. Yes, our kitten is contributing. And then later on, maybe you'd start to say, tang na shit, I don't deserve this. What's wrong with me? Okay, I shouldn't be in this kind of situation, and I deserve better, maybe. And sometimes this goes into bargaining. Is there anything I can do to make this work? Or can we compromise? Can we negotiate about this? That's what happens in stage 3. And later on, when you're starting to realize that, oops, I think this is the real thing, the real deal, the end of things, this is where the depression sets in. For some, it's going to be depression. For some, it's a time for reflection, self-reflection, and depending on how people cope. For some people, they cope by meeting their friends. For some, they go into seclusion, loneliness. I don't know which side you're on. For some, they will, just like when I was going through my breakup, my heartbreak, I pretended to be okay. And then at night, when I go home, deep inside, this is what I looked like. It was terrible. And at night, I just go drinking. I just wanted to do that because I just wanted to sleep. I was crying myself to sleep. Not an easy thing. What else? Depression, loneliness, and it's a time for reflection. And later on, when you realize that nothing's going to happen if I'm going to stay where I am, you start to work on yourself. And this is where the beauty of life coaching comes in. Because when you're ready, some people aren't ready. Some people are going through a breakup and they're not ready to move forward. And that's fine for a limited period. If you're not yet ready to move forward, that's fine for a limited period. Okay. And later on, through acceptance and hope, forgiveness sets in, openness, civility sometimes, and yeah, some stages of breakup recovery. And the thing is, people shift from 1 or 2 stages, sometimes 3 stages. So at one point, they are working on themselves. At another point, they go back into that depression, and it's just back and forth sometimes. And then sometimes they go back to anger and bargaining. Sometimes when the ex comes up and says, hey, kita tayo, let's have lunch or something. Oh, okay, go back to bargaining. So it's a cycle. And yes, if that's happening to you, totally normal. Get ready with your questions if you have any. Okay? So these are the stages. I have one question for you. What stage are you in? What stage are you in? Are you still in this area? If so, I'd love to help you go down and get angry. You need a whack on the back. Or if you're in stage 3 or 4, maybe you're ready to work on yourself. And while you're working on yourself, that's a huge opportunity to start accepting and start moving forward, start loving yourself. And we'd love to help you do that. Good or good, guys? Are we good? I keep forgetting on sharing this. Okay. Are we good or good? Okay. So, concrete tips, things that you need to do. Some of these tips will apply for the early stages. Some of them will apply for the later stages. And it's up to you. I don't know where you are. You will need to do some or many of the following tips. Are you ready? Say, I'm ready. Okay, here we go. Oops. At a certain point, you'll need to examine yourself. Yes, it's easy to blame. It's easy to blame the other party. Oh, he's an asshole. Well, I was, yes. But it's easy to blame, but blame doesn't go anywhere. The person that you need to examine is, say it together, myself. Yes. So what is it that you contributed to the situation? That's what you want to study. That's what you want to reflect upon. You need to examine yourself. Okay? For a long time, I was blaming. I was blaming my ex-wife for leaving me. I did not understand what was happening. She kept me in the dark. Some of you have heard this story. She kept me in the dark. And I was blaming. Well, later on, I realized it's not going anywhere. If I continued blaming, it's not going to go anywhere. So I did my self-reflection, and I learned so much of how I contributed to the situation. That is what is useful. You need to examine yourself, and you need to express yourself. What I say here is, if you don't express yourself, it will come out elsewhere. You'll have toxic relationships elsewhere. For instance, I had a client, I've shared this story sometime. I had a client and he was already married. The thing is, he hadn't fully moved on from his ex. So what was happening? His current relationship was totally a mess. If you're not able to express what it is, whether that's anger, despair, gratitude, joy, whatever you need to express as you're going through this breakup, you will have some highs and some lows. You need to express that. So how? Number one, you can journal. Many people would express themselves on Facebook. Personally, no, that's not my style. I wouldn't do that. If it works for you, go ahead, do that. But you have to examine yourself. Going back to examine, why are you doing it on Facebook? Are you doing it to elicit a response from somebody, example, from your ex? Or are you just being authentic with yourself? For me, social media is not the space for hanging out dirty laundry. So if you need to express yourself privately. In your journal, in your diary, in your private blog. One of the things that I did when I was going through my shit was I expressed my anger, even my violence, in an anonymous blog. Yes, that's true. I created an anonymous blog. Nobody else has seen it. I wrote down my poetry there. I wrote down my deepest, darkest secrets there. I wrote down all my curse words there. I just really expressed myself. Another way to express yourself is express yourself to safe friends, people that you trust, good friends who will take care of you. So express yourself. Good or good? Next thing you might need to do, you'll probably need to do this, is read it together, expunge. Okay, friends, if you have gifts from your ex, at a certain point, whether that's now or later, you'll need to let go. You want to have space to receive good gifts in Christmas? Get rid of old gifts from your ex. So what does this mean? You have love letters, let go. Okay? You have love letters from your ex, let go. If you're at the point of starting to accept that you've broken up, really, let go of those love letters. He has gifts for you, that teddy bear, that favorite perfume, let go. You have jewelry, sell it, and then buy yourself a great gift, okay? You need to let go because these items have energy from an old relationship, and you want to refresh yourself for a new relationship, okay? Everybody say expunge. Next thing you'd want to do is, if you haven't yet, you need to stop communicating with your ex. Are you still keeping his or her cell phone number? Okay, block him. Okay, you need to take care of yourself, and you need the space to do this. So unfriend him, block him. Yes, it's a rough thing to do, but you might need to unfriend also your ex's brother, sister. Yes, say goodbye and just start protecting yourself. That's what you're doing. You're healing yourself, so unfriend. At a certain point in the future, yes, maybe you can be friends, or while you're in this webinar, while you're going through your breakup, let go first. Last two things, I want you to experience everything. You're experiencing sadness, experience it fully. If you're experiencing sorrow, experience it fully. If you're experiencing confusion, experience it fully. I love the quote by Khalil Gibran that the depth of your sorrow, some people deny their sorrow. Some people, no, I'm okay. Hey, be true to yourself. If you're feeling sad, experience it. And here's the thing, when I was experiencing my sadness, I was enjoying it. Can you believe that? I was enjoying it because the pain that I had inside was a reminder that I am alive. And that's a beautiful thing. We're alive. So experience it fully, express it fully. Kaya they say that one last cry, do it. If you feel like crying, go ahead, let it out. Experience it fully so that the depth of your sorrow, just like a cup, when you carve in, the depth of your sorrow is also your capacity for joy. Experience it fully. Are you with me? Big words here, huh? Experience it fully and be grateful. Be grateful for this experience. It's a wonderful experience to have a breakup because, let me go back. It's a wonderful experience to have a breakup. That's what I learned. That's what I learned with Lulu. I had a relationship with Lulu and it was toxic. Why? Because I wanted to make things work by hook or by crook. Because if a second relationship fucks up, oh, that means maybe I'm the one who's fucked up, right? So I wanted to make that relationship with Lulu work. After I broke up with my wife, I wanted this to work. And it was toxic. It wasn't working well. And what that gave me was contrast. Because I experienced this toxic relationship, my relationship now is so much, I'm so much grateful for it because of that contrast. You're going through a breakup now, enjoy it. Because one day you will look back and tell yourself, wow, I went through that. And here I am, still alive and kicking and loving it. Experience it fully and explore, ladies and gentlemen. Explore the world. There are things that you weren't able to do when you were together with your ex. Now's the time to do it. Go travel, go meet friends, meet old friends, make new friends, travel to places, whether those are places that you dreamed of or not. Go ahead, sige lang, experience it. Get to know yourself inside and out. And this is where, this is our original quote, ladies and gentlemen. Because when you're done with your drama, take a picture of this. Guys, Instagram this. I want you to see this. When you're done with your drama, you're ready for more action and comedy. Would you agree? Lovely. I'll take some time to share in my breakup. We're running late, but in my breakups, the biggest thing that had helped is just really examining myself, taking responsibility and taking action. Action. That's what matters. Nothing moves, nothing changes. Okay? You need to have some action. If you've been doing this, if you've been in this cycle, the cycle that you're in now, if you've been there for more than 3 months, 6 months, hey! It's time to do something different. Time to do something different. So here's an opportunity. I'm going to give you just a few seconds. Just 30 seconds to answer a few questions, friends. Okay? And what are the questions? Get your pen and paper, guys. The question is, what's the biggest message you've gotten from this webinar? Go ahead, start writing. Think about it. What's the biggest message that you got? I want to make time for Q&A, so I'm going to the next question. What is one action that you need to do? What's one action that you need to do? Write it down now on that piece of paper. Write it down. Last question for this section. When are you going to do it? So the question for many is, okay, I have actions. I have actions to do. I want to move on. I want to forgive. I want to accept. I want to open up myself. I want to be vulnerable. The question is, how? How do you do it? And this is where I want to share my Jason Bourne experience. Are you ready? Okay. I want to share this Jason Bourne experience because this is what I discovered. This just really blew me away. In my second breakup, this is what I looked like. I'll give you the context for this. Sorry guys, we're running a bit late, but I just really wanted to give this to you. In my second major breakup with Lulu, first was with Mishi, I thought I was going to be okay, truly, because I had gone through so much worse. But then when I discovered that she had her boyfriend, I was just really lupasay. I was just totally spaced out, totally. I was crying my heart out, super, as in, hagul-gol, with everything. And the funny thing was, one Friday evening, I was just really crying my heart out. I was totally. And the thing is, the next day, I was going to be traveling to Coron. So on one side, so I hadn't slept much that evening, that Friday evening, and we needed to be in the airport because a group of us, probably 30, 35, 40 of us were meeting up at the airport to fly to Coron, have an awesome weekend, 3-day weekend there. The thing is, I wasn't up for it. I was heartbroken. There was a cloud over my head. So kahit na walang tulog, even if I hadn't slept much, I just packed my things and I went to the airport. And when I got to the airport, I was like sadness. I was like shit. I was crumpled when I got to the airport. I just hi, hello to friends, yes, and then just checked in. And then I went to sleep. I was just totally tired. Physically, mentally, my heart was aching. And I just, when we checked in, waiting for the plane, I lay down on the steel benches of the airport. And I slept. I tried my best to sleep. And while I was there, half asleep, I thought about what I wanted to be, what I wanted to have while I was in Coron. Was I going to be in Coron heartbroken? Really? I was in the company of 30 awesome friends. I had broken up with my ex-fiancée, 2 months ago. And just a few days ago, I discovered that she had a boyfriend. I was heartbroken. What is it that I wanted to have in Coron? What experience did I want to have? What is it that you want to have in Christmas? So while I was half asleep, I made a decision. What if, everybody say, what if? What if I woke up from this sleep and made a decision, made a choice that I was going to feel differently when I woke up? And I was going to enjoy the company of all these people, these wonderful people, very good friends from PSI, the seminar that I attended. What if I made that decision? And what if when I got up from that chair, I would leave that feeling right there where I was sleeping? What if? What if I got up and I forgot my decision? I forgot how it was to feel that sadness. And I allowed myself. I made that decision in my heart, in my mind, while I was half asleep. I said that when I was going to wake up, I'm going to leave it there. And that's exactly what I did. All within 20 minutes, friends. It's true. This is a true story. All within 20 minutes while I was sleeping there, I made that firm decision that I was going to leave that feeling there. And I did. And we went to Coron and we had an awesome time. An awesome time in Coron. Sorry. And I considered myself reborn. That's what I was. We went to Coron and here I am on the upper right. We had an awesome time there with good friends, and I became happy again. All within 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, and I was doing that on my own. You can too. Are you with me, guys? And you know what? This can be done, and it took a lot from me. It took a lot of seminars, a lot of reading, a lot of experience. I had gone through a previous breakup, so I knew how to shift, and that's what I was able to do on my own. Of course, with the help of God, with prayer, with friends, yes. But that's something that you could do too. I hope that has blessed you. What we do now is that we help people have that experience of shifting, of changing their experience, of changing their feeling, changing their thoughts. And this is what our coaching clients say. We do this through life coaching. Life coaching is a 1 to 1.5 hour process. And we do that for our clients. And you'll see on your screen how life coaching has changed the lives of people. Okay. And what we've done is I've oriented so many people in life coaching. So what we've done is we've put together this seminar. It's called the You Can Be Happy Again seminar, where people come together and then I share with them some of the life coaching patterns, the life coaching techniques that we use. And everybody gets to experience life coaching in a group setting. And each individual, whatever it is that they are going through, they get to experience life coaching in their own context. We guide them through the process, and whatever it is that they're working on at that particular time, in their own particular context, that is what they're able to break through with. That's the seminar, You Can Be Happy Again. So the seminar is for people who want to be helped. There are some people who don't want to be helped. Okay? They want to do it on their own. That's fine. You want to do it on your own? Go ahead. You've probably been doing that for what? 6 months? 1 year? 2 years? 4 years? 5 years? If you want to continue doing it on your own, you feel you've benefited enough from this seminar, from this webinar, I do hope that you can make progress. This seminar is for people who need help. Is this you? Do you want help now? Do you need help? Are you tired of being stuck? You've been trying at it. You've been going at it for many weeks, many months, many years. Are you tired? I remember very distinctly reaching the point of being so tired. I just needed help. I knew that. This is for people who have big dreams. We're going a bit over time, but I promise you, I'll be giving you what you've asked, what I've promised to give you at the end of this seminar, and I'll be doing some Q&A in just a while. Do you have big dreams for yourself? Do you have big dreams for your family? Do you have big dreams for your future kids or for your current kids? Do you have big dreams? Then do this for yourself. I'm not doing this for myself. Do this for yourself. The seminar will give you 3 life coaching experiences, all within the 8 hours. So, you know, our life coaching services is 4,000 pesos per session. And in one session, we're able to do a pattern customized for one person in a one-on-one. But in the seminar, we do 3 of these for the big group. So you'll go through an acceptance cycle, you'll go through a shifting out of your shit cycle. You'll also learn how to understand your loved ones. And all of this, everybody experience all at the same time in your own context. So just for those 3 experiences of life coaching in the seminar, it's all worth 12,000 already, I can tell you that. And people have experienced this time and again. They've seen the results. We're also sharing some powerful life principles that I've learned through books, through seminars. You know, we've invested so much on ourselves as coaches, in our trainings, in our seminars, developing ourselves. This can all easily be worth 250,000 pesos of seminars. And that's what we've packed together in this seminar. To so many of our clients, the value of this seminar, sa kanila na nanggaling, it's priceless. It's priceless. Imagine when you're able to forgive your father. Imagine when you're able to let go of some trauma in your life. Imagine the kind of relationships that you'll have when finally you open up yourself to joy and happiness and celebration. That's your seminar. And now it's time for Q&A. Guys, let's allot maybe 5 or 8 minutes. I'd love to answer your questions. So please go ahead and ask questions. There's a question button below. Go ahead and start typing your questions, please. Hey, there are 41 of you. I'd love to answer as many questions. Sorry, we're going over time. I'll know better next time to allot maybe 1.5 hours or 1 hour 15 minutes. But please, I'd love to answer any questions. Any questions from the group? While the questions are coming in, haven't seen them in yet. Go ahead. You can ask questions below on your questions box. One question I get asked often is, how long did it take for me to forgive? Is that a question people can relate to? So I'd like to share my answer. My forgiveness happened at different stages. What does that mean? I would, for example, in December, just an example. In December, I allow myself to forgive. Yay! Okay, maybe that's what, 5%, 8%, 10% forgiveness. Yay! Great! In January, I learned something else about what happened. I get hurt again. I feel the pain again. I experience it again. And then a few weeks later, I make the decision to forgive. Many months later, I find out a major thing and I get mad again and I forgave again. I kept forgiving. It's a cycle. So how long did it take for me to forgive? Sometimes 1 week, sometimes 1 month, sometimes a year, sometimes 2 years. My major forgiveness. I tell this story, but here. My major forgiveness was when I found out that my wife at that time had a baby. And that was a miracle. That was just a miracle. And I learned later on that that forgiveness wasn't from me. I took credit. I thought, hey, I've forgiven 99% already. Where's that last 1% of forgiveness? Turned out that the forgiveness that I had on that day was really grace from God. It wasn't by my own personal strength that I was able to forgive. It was really a gift from God. And when God gave me the grace to forgive, that was his 99%. And all I needed to do was accept it as grace. And my share was just 1%. 1% of forgiveness. I hope that story has blessed you. Question from Crizel. You said excommunicate. How about if my ex and I belong to the same organization and we need to work on a Christmas production this month? I am really having a hard time, but I'm trying to be professional. How do I cope? Thank you for asking this question, Crizel. How do I answer this question? Is it good for you? Is it good for you? There are reasons that you are working in this ministry and that you want to do this. Of course, they are your friends, right? But in a breakup, there is eventually a separation of your circles. You need to protect yourself. That's the bottom line. Is it helping you to be seeing him? Be honest with yourself. Does it help to see him? Maybe allow yourself this Christmas. You want to be with your friends, right? Ayaw mo naman na ikaw ang aalis. But you need to choose, okay? Choose to be in his presence during that time, so that you need to choose why. You need to be aware why you're doing it. Okay, I will have some pain in the presence of the ex. It will hurt for me to see him, to be in his presence. And I am choosing it because I want to be with my friends. I want to enjoy the Christmas party with my friends. It's a choice. Or the other way to choose is, maybe it's too difficult for you. Maybe you're hurt too much. And maybe the choice is to enjoy the presence of friends at another setting in a different time. I remember one time, probably 3 or 4 years ago, there was going to be a gathering of my college friends. They're good friends. These are some of my closest friends in college, and they were going to meet up in a restaurant in Greenbelt. So I confirmed that I'm going, and then like a day or two before the reunion, I'm told by the organizer that, hey, sorry, can you come late? Can you come because your ex is coming to the same reunion, and just let her be with us for some time, and then later on you can join us on the second half. I was thinking, shit, my golly. I'm totally fine. I can join that group. I was totally fine already. I could step in. If she steps in, I'm totally fine. But she wasn't. Okay, fine. She wasn't fine. So sure, okay, I'll do that. Respect to my friends, respect to my ex. Go ahead, have some 1 hour, 2 hours with them, and then I'll come in. So I'll be here lingering around the mall, knowing that they're there with my ex, and then later on they called me in. Okay, I kept texting them. Okay, can I go there? Can I join you now? And the night ended, and they couldn't let me join them because she was still there. Terrible. Oh, that was terrible. But you know what? It's a choice. It's a choice. I chose to respect her space, to respect their space, it hurt me to not be able to see my friends, but I made that choice. It's your choice too. I hope that's been helpful, Isel. Any other questions, guys? Okay, let's make a deal. I'd love to hear your questions via email. Let me know via Facebook. So just let me know questions. Okay, send me your questions. I'll need to move on. So here's the thing, guys. Okay, here's the thing. Wait, stop. I'm making an offer, guys, and I'm turning on the offer right now. It should appear below the screen. And this offer is for the You Can Be Happy Again seminar package. What's the offer? The regular ticket, the seminar ticket, when you walk in is 3,000 pesos. What do you get? You get a whole day seminar on December 10 in Makati. And this seminar is you're going to experience 3 powerful life coaching patterns. And then, here's the thing. When you join that seminar, you get to bring along your friend. And just during this webinar, just today, when you click the button, I'll be giving you, go ahead and write this down. There's a coupon code there. Okay, there's a coupon code there. The coupon code is MEND by Christmas. You should see it there. Can you see it? Can you just say yes on the chat box if you can see the, okay. Go to the, click below the video. There's an offers tab. Okay, you got it, no, Naomi. Click the offers tab and there's a red button there. Above the button, there is MEND by Christmas. That's the coupon code. Copy and paste it or write it down on your notebook. That is the coupon code to get a discount. When you use this coupon code, you get a 1,000 peso discount. Okay, and when you use this coupon code, you also get an additional 2 copies of You Can Be Happy Again book. Where's a copy of my book? I don't have it with me. You get a copy of that too, 2 copies of that, and the seminar is good for 2 people. So go ahead and click that red button right now. And when you click that red button, you will see a screen like this. Okay, and you just sign up. Okay, this is for 2 people, but when you sign up, when you use the coupon code, just apply the coupon code down here, MEND by Christmas. You will be able to get a discount . You'll be able to get a discount and you'll be paying only 2,000 pesos instead of 3,000 pesos, ladies and gentlemen. So do that now. I'd love to see you during the seminar, the live seminar, and it's going to be powerful. It's going to be wonderful there. And yeah, I'd love to hear your, if you would I don't know, you might need to refresh. Okay, guys. Let me do this. Let me take a screenshot of this later on. I'm going to show it on my screen in a while. Okay. Let me just put it on the slide. Hold on. Okay. So this is the URL. Oh, that's so big. Okay, so what's happening is, okay, let me share my screen. Okay, for those who couldn't see the offer, Claire is trying to access the offer. Go to this website and use the coupon code mend by Christmas. Okay? And when you do that, you get a 1,000 peso discount and you get 2 books as well to be claimed at the seminar. Okay? There you go. Oh, whatever. Okay? Okay, that's it. I will close with one last message. Okay, I hope you were able to catch that. Claire, Lala, I'll send you an email. Okay, I'll send you an email of this. My last message, am I sharing? Yes, I am. Okay. Friends, my last message, I'll give it to you in a while. Okay, as promised, here is your downloadable version of the book, Be Happy Hungry. Okay, screenshot this, write this down. Okay, you get this, you can get this instantly. While you're online, you can get this immediately. This is an instant download just for you. And you know what? You can actually share this with your friend, a friend who needs this. Go ahead and share this. We're just really sharing the blessing. Good or good? Is that good or good? And so take note of this. Take a screenshot as well. This is something that we came up together with my friend Alan Mo, who's helping me out with this webinar. So go ahead and take that quiz and you'll receive additional tips on how to be happy again. Lastly, take a screenshot, guys. I don't give this number to just anybody, but I'm giving this to you guys. Okay, this is my personal mobile number. Identify yourself when you text me. Okay. If you have any questions, you can send me an email. Go ahead, send me an email. I will also send out notes of this webinar through the email. I'll send out the links just so that everybody can access the promo. This promo is closing by midnight. Are we clear? This is closing by midnight. So make sure to get the promo that we gave you. That's the promo. Okay. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, before we end, my last message for you is love day by day. Love day by day, my friends. When we're going through a breakup, we take for granted that we have our other loved ones around us, people who care about us. This Christmas, you will be with perhaps your mother, your father, your siblings, your friends, your kids, if you have kids. Experience them fully. Allow them to experience your presence in their life. Love day by day. You know what? Prepare yourselves for a breakup. Here's how I end. Even I and Reza eventually, and this is true for everybody, by the way, one day in the future, you will not be with your loved ones because one of you will just not wake up. How do you prepare for that day? There are no assurances. Tomorrow, will you be alive? You don't know that. There are no assurances. Tomorrow, will your loved ones be alive? You don't know that. So what do you need to do? Love day by day. Because life is finite. It will end. And all we have is here and now. What I want you to do is to love day by day. It's a beautiful way to end this. Woo! my final message for everybody, love day by day. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for this webinar. I hope it has been a good use of your time, overtime for 20 minutes. I hope that was okay with you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. I'd love to listen to you, receive your questions, and I'd love to see you on Saturday where we do a whole day, and we'd love to share more stories there, more breakthroughs. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. Thanks, Badette, Jana, Crizel, Lala. Everybody say hello, hi. Naomi, thank you. I'd love to see you, Naomi. I'll catch up with your chats over here. Send me a message, everybody. There's an open invitation to everybody in this room. Send me a message. I'd love to hear from you. Okay? This is Coach Edwin, and I'll give you one last treat before we go. Any of the kittens? You want to say goodbye to our webinar? This is our kitten. Bring a kitten, Reza. Some of you have been waiting for this, huh? This is our kitten. This is Julian. Luna, you want to join us? And we're about to say goodbye. My love of my life, Reza. Come.
Hi, this is Valley.
This is Valley, and there's Jumper. Jumper, come. Come. And this is Jumper. Jumper, Jumper. Jumper, Wumper.
The fat cat.
The fat cat. And you didn't get to see Luna, but there's Luna. Hey, Luna. Stop. Stop. And this is our biggest cat.
Hi, Claire. Hi, Gazelle. Hi, Badet. Hi, Lala.
So thanks, everybody, for joining us. We'll have more of this in 2017. So we look forward to doing more of this. In the meantime, mend your broken heart and...
Hi, Jana.
Ding, 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 ding. Thank you so much. See you soon. Love day by day. See you guys. Thanks. Bye. Bye.